I'm biased. I'm biased because Stan's a good friend of, I think it's either 38 or 39 years, something bizarre like that, and a collaborator on projects in the distant past like the BBC Doomsday Project. I'm a huge admirer of what Stan has achieved. For me, he's been the most innovative computer-based researcher in geography over a quarter of a century, and that's quite a claim. His influence continues through, of course, through his publications, and Manfred pointed to one over lunch that had 1,600 citations, I think. So Stan's had huge influence through publications, through the tools that he's created, through his students, of course, and through his example. And we'll hear more of that from people a little later on. Stan, I remember when we were working together, was brilliant, amazingly prolific, had great integrity, and I stress that, was hugely hardworking. I thought I was, and I felt very slothful by comparison. He was curious, intellectually curious, and very articulate, and of course pioneered the disposable visual aids approach to communications. He was blunt, controversial, especially in defending the approach to geography that we espoused, and against the forces of darkness. He was challenging and always a good companion. I have some memories of consuming large numbers of pints of beer when problems were particularly difficult. We always got a solution, it's just we couldn't remember it thereafter. This session is both timely and ironic. The world that Stan fought for in the best sense, a scientific approach, evidence-based and replicable tests, demands data in profusion. We now have it in a way we didn't have 20-odd years ago. We now have it coming out of our ears from automated systems and sensors of one kind or another. But curiously, a lot of the data that doesn't come from automated sensors is now becoming more readily available. And there's been a dramatic change in the last 3 years in the UK with the open data agenda. Government has, at least in part, got it. Maybe for the wrong reason. Maybe the transparency agenda is all because of MPs' expenses and other related matters. But whatever the cause, it is now normal, inverted commas, to expect data to be available, even if in some quarters that's not totally accepted yet. Government policy and government practice has ensured we have something like 35,000. It's okay, we've practiced this. 35,000 government data sets available on data.gov, and many of those are free, Ordnance Survey and all the rest of it. We know there's a research institute being set up, the Open Data Institute, and a white paper on open data will appear at the end of May. So the world's very different. The legitimation of all of that is all about the things that Stan has worked on in times past. So in a curious way, in the last few years, all the things that we discussed, Stan, and you fought for, actually are coming true. And on that point, before I'm pushed off, thank you, Manfred.